Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Nate24 the Great, and today I will be going over my views and opinions of Chapter 2, Season 6. So, this season is like primal as the 0 Point wiped out like the technology, I guess, and brought everybody back to like the primal times. And overall, I think like the theme they're going for is really good, and it makes sense with having like Lara Croft in the battle pass and like the alloy skin. Those actually make sense with the theme this season. I think the theme is really good, and it's nice to have the additional animals in the game, like the wolves, the raptors, the pigs, the boars. I think it's good to have all of those in the game, even though they can be a little annoying at sometimes, whether they're the raptors eating you to death or the wolves third-partying you. They can be a little annoying sometimes, but I feel like that's a good addition to the game to have some actual animals. So now I'm going to talk about my opinion on the current loot pool this season. So I'm going to start off by saying at the very beginning of the season, it was like all primal, like nothing but primal. Then we got an update where you had the original guns and the new primal guns, and they were balanced. So now it's like a 50-50. So to start off, I'm going to start off with the makeshift. The makeshift, I mean, they're kind of trash. But like, that's kind of the point. So, like, the makeshift, they're, like, the worst guns. But, like, that's kind of the point to be the worst guns. You can only get them in green, gray, and blue, I believe. And then you take those guns and you either combine it with mechanical pieces or animal bones, and you get either a primal or a regular gun. And I think that's really, like, creative. But if you're just stuck with all mechanicals and nothing to upgrade it, it's really tough because they are really bad. So I'm just going to rank the ARs. I'm going to say that the makeshift is the worst out of all the ARs in the game currently. Then I'm going to say the primal. And then I'm going to say the regular AR is the best. I mean, in my opinion, like, obviously, makeshift worst. But the primal, I feel like I can hit better shots with the AR. But, like, if I have, like, a legendary primal and a green AR, I would take the primal over the AR. Like, I'm not going to be crazy and trade out a legendary primal for a green AR, but if I had like a green AR and a green primal AR, I would choose the green AR because I feel like I can hit my shots better with it. So yeah, I'm gonna give the regular AR the win for the ARs. So I'm gonna go on to the shotguns now. The mechanical shotgun, I'm gonna give. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm going to put the regular shotgun and the mechanical shotgun. I'm going to say they're equal. I honestly don't see much of a huge difference between them. I feel like it's whatever. Like, they're kind of equal in my opinion. However, the primal shotgun, I feel, is the best shotgun in the game. I think that shotgun is, like, amazing. I mean, we can all have our own opinions, but like throughout this whole video, I'm just sharing my own personal opinions on this. So, yeah. Now let's move on to the SMGs. I think that the mechanical SMG is the worst. I mean, yeah. Then I think the regular SMG, and then I think the primal SMG is the best. I mean, I don't know. Like, if I'm in a game, I don't really find, like, regular SMGs that much. So most of the time, I just use primal SMGs as, like, an automatic response kind of type of thing. But I think the primal SMGs are going to get the win for the SMGs. Then we just have a few extra items that don't really have like a category that I'm going to talk about. So, what am I talking about? The mechanical revolver, I think is actually pretty good. I don't really find it that much, and if I do, I'll probably drop it for a bow. But if I do have it, I do think it's a pretty good gun. Yeah, so the primal pistol, I think is absolutely garbage. I will never use this thing. I'd rather die than use this thing. Well, not like physically die, but like in the game. I feel like the primal pistol is just so bad. Like, it's so bad. And there's nothing more infuriating than opening a legendary chest and getting a legendary primal pistol out of it. I think this is the worst gun in the game. I think this is so bad. I'm going to go on to the recycler now. So the recycler, I think, is close behind the primal pistol. I think the primal pistol, by far, is the worst gun this season. But I think the recycler is also pretty bad. I mean, it's kind of like a grenade launcher type of thing. I mean, it doesn't bounce or anything, but like, it's kind of like a grenade launcher, except it explodes on impact. But like, you need to use the resources around you to fill it up. So it's kind of like infinite ammo, but you need to use the things around you to fill it up. I feel like it's super hard to hit people with this, and I really dislike this gun. I'm going to move on to the bows now. So I think the bow system is actually really creative. So you start off with like a regular makeshift bow, and then you can either craft it into a mechanical bow using mechanical parts, or a primal bow using animal bones. I think this system that they have right here with the bows is so creative. I actually like it a lot. So I'm going to take you down the mechanical path first. So if you get a makeshift bow and you use mechanical parts to make it into a mechanical bow, you can then gather 6 grenades to make an explosive bow, or 2 shockwave grenades to make a shockwave bow. I think that these are both really good. I think it's kind of difficult in some games to find 6 grenades, though. Like, some games you can be like, oh yeah, 6 grenades right there. But other games, I feel like it's hard to find those 6 grenades to make a explosive bow. But I think it's a pretty good gun and a good addition to the game. So for the shockwave bow, I think this is actually a really good bow, because it's basically like unlimited shockwaves, kinda. Well, it's not unlimited, but you basically, every shot you shoot, like if you pull it back and you shoot it like under your feet, then you like shockwave away. I think that's really cool, and it's good for transportation throughout the map. So now, if you get a makeshift bow and you upgrade it with animal bones, then you'll get a primal bow. And then you can make a stink bow or a flame bow. So in order to get a stink bow, you have to kill a frog, and then you get a stink sack, and then you can upgrade it to make a stink bow. And for the flame bow, it's fireflies or a gas can, and then you can make a flame bow. I think the flame bow is really good, and it's useful for burning down wood structures. And then the stink bow, I think that one's really good too. I mean, you shoot it, and it like a giant cloud of like stink is everywhere. It's like a flying stink bomb. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna talk about the animals real quick. I'm gonna go back to them. So I'm gonna start with the pigs, or not the pigs. I'm gonna start with the chickens. The chickens, I think they're okay. I mean, they don't really do much for the game. You can get some transportation off of them if you grab them. I think that's a pretty cool feature that you can pick them up. But is it really that useful? I don't think so, in my opinion. So now I'm gonna go on to the wild boars. I think they're okay. I mean, they don't really do much. I mean, you can tame them and like they'll be on your team. But like other than that, they're not really that useful. The wolves, once again, not really that useful. You can tame them, they can be on your team. It's whatever. They attack you, they third party you, they eat you while you're trying to heal. It's just a hard knock of life when an animal comes at you while you're trying to heal or third parties you. But yeah. So the raptors, I think, are a huge missed opportunity. Fortnite could have had it where we tamed them and then we rode them. I'm just saying. Like, that would have been so cool if we could ride the raptors. I feel like that's a huge missed opportunity, and it would have been so cool if we could have done that. Like, imagine how insane that would be if you could tame a raptor and then ride it. That would be so much fun. So, I'm going to talk about the Spire Assassin mythics. So, as of the time I'm recording this, the mythic, I can't remember. The mythic primal shotgun got replaced by the mythic recycler. I thought the mythic primal shotgun was super good. And then they take a recycler and they make it mythic. And it's trash. I don't understand why they would change it. I think the shotgun was so much better. But maybe it was just like an issue where people were complaining that the shotgun was too overpowered or something like that. So they just decided to remove it. I don't really know what happened with that, but I think it was a huge downgrade for that mythic. So I'm going to talk about the new exotics now that we got this season. So the only one that I can think of off the top of my head, I think the only one we got was the grappler bow. I may be wrong, but I think the only one we got was the grappler bow. I think the grappler bow is actually really cool, and it's a pretty good mythic. So basically every shot you shoot, it like grapples. If you're within 50 meters of like something else and you shoot something, it like grapples. But then if you like shoot somebody else, it still does damage to them. I think that's a really cool mythic, in my opinion. So this whole video is just my opinion. You can have differing opinions, it's fine. This is just my opinion on the stuff. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. Bye.